Welcome to day 244 of the 300 movie challenge. Today we watched the highest grossing film of September 2014, which was The Maze Runner. My voice still sucks.
Eh,
Sorry. Um, okay, so what we were kind of alluding to at the end of the last discussion was that this was a young adult dystopian novel.
mm-hmm.
And since our views of, because of what we feel about the Hunger Games movies, we were a bit worried.
That
hmm
too. None of us had any prior knowledge really before going into this film.
Yeah.
Like the most I knew was that I think it was a popular book towards the end of high school, and then
Yeah.
I
um
had never even heard of this before.
Oh yeah.
I vaguely remember some people mentioning it, but that was about it. And then the only other thing that I knew is that I knew an actor from the film.
Yes, Ki Hong Lee.
Yep. But
Uh,
otherwise, I didn't really know that much about it.
all I knew was people. Okay, I watch some people who review books and stuff. Mostly around our age, and a lot of people that I watch hate the books, but thought the movies were fine.
Okay.
Hmm.
So that was the interesting perspective I came into, and I constantly I allude to it whenever I hear people talk about the Maze Runner. So it's an interesting factoid.
Wait, so why do the books suck?
It's the writing. He people say that James Dashner is not very good at writing dialogue. Like it sounds really weird and stiff, and then I think
Hmm.
just the general way that he writes, I think it could just be his style is not very popular in terms of people who like actual literary uh quality.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Because this of course came out during the whole dystopian craze, so
Right.
there were hit or miss in terms of concept, quality, writing, character, dialogue, etc. So this,
mm.
I guess, it was popular because it was dystopian and because I guess it had a lot of death, which we saw, but maybe the character and the interactions and dialogue fell flat in the novels. So that's kind of what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. First question.
Hmm.
Do you like this more than the Hunger Games?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I actually like this a decent amount. Not like a ton, but like a decent amount. To me, this is kind of close to like Iron Man 3.
Mm.
And I was really trying to think like why I view this differently from the Hunger Games.
I kind of thought of that too, and I came to a few conclusions,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
which was, for instance, we know how Hunger Games put Katniss on like a pedestal and was like, "Oh my God, she's so special! Oh my God, everything." The main character here, Thomas, is the complete opposite.
He's
Where
just some dude, basically.
he is special, but the way that he's
Yeah.
special is also taken in a different way because for Katniss they put her on a pedestal and everyone was like gaga goo goo over her and everything. But here you have people that immediately distrust him after
Mm-hmm.
like the first couple of occurrences and stuff. They don't make him their leader or anything. They don't
Yeah.
give him any special treatment and stuff. It's the complete opposite in that sense. And then I think the other thing too was that it the fact that we're seeing it from like Thomas's perspective and not Teresa's perspective, I think also changes it a bit, makes it different from the Hunger Games
Mm.
because it would have been really easy for the author to make it from Teresa's perspective and be like, "Oh my God, she's like the different one" and everything. But they actually made it from Thomas's perspective, who was the last guy, and everyone like treated him normally and stuff until things didn't go normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like again, also Thomas also like he is special, like kind of revealed that he is special in a sense. So the whole like, oh, why is he the one who kind of ends up doing all this stuff? It's like it kind of does make sense a little bit.
Yeah, the way
Yeah.
he's special, it makes sense why he's able to do the things that he does. And it's not like in your face, it's kind of like you can kind of interpret it as him kind of being just a little bit like knowledgeable about his surroundings, but he doesn't understand why either, which I think
Mhm.
helps too.
Mm.
Like he's not flaunting his ability, he's just like, I know how to do this. I want to help everyone.
Right.
Let's all work together and do this thing because I don't think I can do it by myself still, you know?
Also, there's no love triangle.
Yeah.
There's no romance
There's no
at all.
love, period.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
the thing is, I have a bad feeling that there will be in the sequels, but okay, so
At least here they didn't.
yeah,
like,
and so
make it
here's another thing that I like is that you really don't know what's going on.
No.
And like, because that was, I think, one of the big problems with the Hunger Games is it tried to basically explain everything that was going on. So it was twofold. One, the explanation just sucked, and the other thing was that it takes away any of the mystery.
Yeah.
Where this
No,
is completely
but-
a mystery.
Yeah. Not only that, but with the Hunger Games, it was like, even though they gave explanations, it kind of made the world less believable instead
Right.
of more
Yeah.
believable,
Yeah,
as we've gone through with our rants.
yeah. This was more like, again, all right. It's all these guys stuck in this random like small enclosed area with a maze around them with these weird creatures. All right, fine. You know what I mean? Like I can buy it a bit more because the whole point of it is we don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
You
Right.
just get thrown in. You get thrown into it kind of like how Thomas does.
Right.
You
You
are
fall-
Thomas.
Exactly.
You're just like, okay, we're here. I guess this is life now.
Yeah, so it flows way better. And also his like decisions and his behavior is the kind of behavior that like you yourself would kind of want to do. It's like, no, let's not just sit on our asses. Let's try to figure this out, right?
Yeah.
So, but even then, like the other characters, like you pretty much understand like why, like for example, like Gally, I think, like that guy, why he's like, no, we should stay here, and like how
Yeah.
he decides he thinks he's gonna offer
Yeah.
them as like sacrifices or whatever, and it's like that, you understand why he thinks like that could work, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and like, see, okay, so yeah, I like this a decent amount. Like, I wouldn't say there's anything in it that's like amazing. But the thing that I'm worried about is this.
Now they're out of the maze.
Well, okay, because they kind of, again, they do like a reveal of like what the purpose of the maze was, but they do it like really broadly and not in a way that really explains it.
Mhm.
And then the whole like, and then and then like at the very end, you're like, wait, this, the scientist woman is apparently still alive, even though it showed her like being shot in the video.
Yeah.
So, and they're saying like, oh, they took the bait or whatever. So it's like, even you're like, well, the explanation is like not, because when I saw that explanation video, I was like, this seems kind of lame and rushed. But then it's like, oh, that is like, again, it's bait, right? It seems like that's not actually what was happening.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, okay, but like, I don't know, I'm just apprehensive that like, again, what I think was a thing that really helped this was that like mystery of what's going on. And I have a feeling that in the sequels, the reveal of actually what's going on is going to be a letdown.
Mm.
Yeah, probably.
And also, I'm afraid there's going to be like a romance crap that happens too.
It makes me wish that they just ended it with like they find the exit and then they leave and then it cuts to black and then you're just like, what happens to them? Not who knows.
Yeah, I mean, again,
Maybe
they gotta
it's better, maybe it's not.
they gotta follow the book to
Yeah.
some degree. So
Which is too bad because I mean it could have been better in terms of like the ending and not being the ending was like super weird. I mean
yeah,
I think the ending is what made it dystopian, because prior
Yeah.
to that, you could argue that it was like,
just
guess-
some weird supernatural thing
yeah,
happening.
like supernatural mystery kind of thing. And I think if it was like that, that would have been fine, but it kind of like threw the dystopian thing at the end.
Mhm.
Kind of.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when it comes to the sequels, like I'm not like, oh, I don't want to see the sequels. I'm just worried about
Yeah.
them. So I'm
Right.
apprehensive.
Yeah.
Like I want to see them just because I'm, I think the characters are decent, the mystery is decent, and what's going on. But yeah, I'm just worried they're gonna fuck it up. So, but yeah, definitely better than Hunger Games, and overall pretty decent.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, well, one thing that kind of bothered me was the when the creatures like came into their place at night.
Oh yeah.
And how that
And it was
whole-
completely dark.
Yeah, you
and
couldn't see
really
anything.
You can't see a damn thing.
So I was like, oh great, are they just gonna have trying to hide like the CGI of the creatures or whatever? But then like later when they're trying to leave the maze, like the creatures attack and you can see them pretty well. So it's like, okay. But
I guess I just wanted to make it scarier.
I guess I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it does help save the cost of animating them, but
Yeah.
I don't know. So it bothered me a bit, but at least like there was stuff that you could see later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say. It's I guess better than I thought it would be,
Yeah. It's better than I thought it would be.
but I wouldn't say anything about it. Was
It's
like,
nothing like Die Hard.
no,
No. Nothing will be like Die Hard.
yeah, I
That's the
ranked
way we're
this.
going now.
I ranked
Now
this
we
around.
actually know these movies.
Yeah, yeah, I ranked this around like Iron Man 3, and I think Born Ultimatum and Book of Eli.
Mm.
So
Where it's-
basically just fine.
Like
movies.
pretty good. Nothing really wrong with. Well, Iron Man 3 was kind of a bit of a mixed bag. That was much more like there is pretty good stuff and his bad stuff. Where I'd say like again like Born Ultimatum and Book of Eli were more like some interesting things. Overall, pretty good. Nothing amazing, but nothing terrible. Kind of.
Mm.
So that's kind of how I rank them. As like solid, decent movies, worth seeing. But like I'm not going to be like, ooh, I'm a Maze Runner fan. So.
I guess the way I kind of gauged it, because I have this huge gripe with just dystopia, but even though they didn't do that until the very end, I kind of thought of it as, okay, they didn't mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
It was decently tense in some parts.
Yeah.
I didn't
The whole
hate.
part with like Ben was really sad.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that was sad. The part with them in the maze was sad. Like just the three
Yeah.
Minho,
Hmm.
Thomas, and Aldi.
I'll be.
Albie.
Yeah.
They were. That was pretty
not the
good.
car.
Audi.
I'm sure if they had the car, things would have gone a little bit more
Yeah,
smooth.
well, because that was like again what I was thinking with the end, where it's like, wait,
Yeah.
they picked them up with helicopters. Why couldn't they just have picked up the kids in the thing with helicopters?
Yeah.
But again, then they're like saying it's like bait and it's whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, there's more to it. But so-
And then when the kid dies at the end too, I was like, oh, that's actually kind of sad because he actually had personality.
Mhm.
I was more sad over him dying than I was with Rue.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like you actually see him interact with Thomas, and Thomas is fine. He's not the best
Amazing or
protagonist
anything.
ever,
No.
but he's a decent protagonist.
yeah, I'd
he's
say they're all like,
competent.
yeah, they're
yeah.
all decent. Like I wouldn't say any of them are great, but they're all decent for what they're supposed to be. So
Yeah, so I wasn't horribly bored. I wasn't
Mhm.
trying to chew my arm off at any point to escape. So
we're gonna throw
yeah,
yourself into a maze.
Oh god. I
know
remember
there was
trying one of those hedge mazes once.
Oh, how did it go?
I didn't win.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever been in one.
I haven't either. I think I would be kind of scared.
I don't know. I kind of want to.
It was pretty fun. I mean hedges weren't that tall, so you could see over them and stuff, but you couldn't really.
You couldn't get over the walls.
Yeah, I couldn't get it over. You can't just step over it, kind of.
Right.
So, yeah, me and my brother tried and like on vacation and something, and we couldn't get through.
It's so sad.
So there was like this thing where I think you could like tap a button or something if you got to a corner, and then like someone will come in and like escort you out or something.
No.
Aw.
That's what it was like, but somehow I managed to get out of there. So that was what happened.
Okay. Well, anything else about this?
I kind of want to try escape rooms now.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Our friends have done that before, but we never had the opportunity to do that yet.
Hmm.
Oh well, maybe
Oh,
one
well.
day.
I know. Yeah, that's something else I've kind of thought about doing. Well, next movie is one that we've all been told about to some degree,
Right.
Yeah.
in ways that are kind of concerning, but we don't really know any details, so who knows?
So I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Is the main thing with that.
I kind of want to go back to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Get protected by Guardians of the Galaxy. Woo!
With that in mind, good night.
Good night.
Bye.